Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.
Grand Prix. You're a couple weeks removed from it. I'm sure. I mean, how can you not be biased? I'm sure the grade you give is an A++. But
yes,
not just speaking on the battles, but the way the whole tournament ran, the staff, the judging, what you guys did behind the scenes, the breakdown of the report card. What did you like? What did you not like? What would you like to see changed? You know, your overall thoughts on that, not so much on the battles.
Overall, like, I don't really have any complaints. I thought as a team, we did a great job by executing this. We literally put this together within 2-3 weeks tops. And normally we would spend a couple months doing something like this. But when the opportunity presented itself, it was pretty much like, we have to do this now within the next couple weeks. So it was like literally right then and there on the spot, like just start working day and night for days, like trying to piece this together and whatnot. So I think the whole team did a great job. You know, shout out to everybody on the King of the Dot staff. Everybody came together and knew what we needed to get done. And I thought we did a great job, man. I thought the tournament went very well. There's a few, you know, minor hiccups here and there, but nothing that, you know, people wouldn't really see. It's all behind the scenes stuff, but it seemed to have worked out. The show was great. It was a great, like, you know, I had a blast watching it, you know. I get to watch it from home. I didn't get to go to a single event.
What was that like? What was that like?
Oh, that part sucks because I go to every event, no matter where it is. I'm usually there. Mm-hmm. So for this whole COVID situation to pop up, it was just like, it was low key a nightmare. Like at first I was like, cool. Cause like, well, whatever, I don't mind. I can work from home and do it. But then as it got to the finals and closer to that time, it was like, man, I miss going to events. I miss seeing everybody and just, you know, the vibe of a whole battle rap event. It's different than watching at home.
Definitely.
What was the reason?
So that was a downside.
I mean, the show was definitely good. The shit worked out in all aspects of it. But what was the reason? What was the reason for you guys to get on it in a couple of weeks? Was it something that was planned and was just hanging in the air, and all of a sudden Twitch said, "We're bored now, let's go"?
No, we had been in talks with Twitch for like it had been a couple years, and
years. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like 2 years. Like Organic and our other guy Charles been working on this, but you know, I had always heard for a while like, oh, the opportunity's coming, man, it's coming, but it never did. So it was just, when it did happen, it caught me off guard. It was like, yo, this is happening and we have to finish it by this date because we needed it to end by like end of December, start of January. We needed to wrap it up. So we had to, you know, get all the dates sorted out, everything sorted out behind the scenes. And then I was like, okay, we really got to get this set up within, it was like 2 to 3 weeks, no more than 3 weeks for sure. And the first event was already going. And
holy shit.
Yeah, it was stressful, but I've been doing this 13 years now, so it's nothing new, you know?
When's the next one?
Crow goes right for the fucking jugular. When's the next one? Who's on the roster? Who are the captains?
Yep. I can't really say, but we are working on something that's even. It's the biggest move King of the Dot has ever done.
Holy.
So it's like, yeah, I can't really say much, but it is coming up next. I'm in the meantime, I'm throwing little events. I'm going to do little Run the Fade cards that'll air on Twitch coming up soon. So I'm going to do stuff like that to keep battlers busy and recruit new talent.
Anything in Toronto?
Yeah, well, I wanted to the end of this month, but this lockdown, it keeps shutting everything down. So I can't even get the barbershop that I originally had. And you know, I have no idea. I don't even know what's up with this lockdown. I don't know how long we're supposed to be.
The Zone Purple is endless, bro.
Yeah, I have no idea. So we have a card pretty much put together, a Run the Fade card for like all Canadian talent, but I have no idea when it's going to happen just because this whole thing. But as soon as we're able to book the barbershop and we go in for a few hours, I'll have it immediately I would hope within the month.
You mentioned Organic had been in talks with Twitch for a while about doing something like this or doing something with them at least. And we saw earlier in 2020, the caffeine URL and, you know, Drake is behind it type thing. And a lot of fans, right? Because I mean, Drake and KOTD kind of go hand in hand. He's been at events. He supports KOTD fully. And a lot of people are thinking, what the fuck? This is weird. You know, you think that Drake would get behind KOTD and do something with Caffeine. Is that kind of the way battle rap was moving to get into that streaming platform? And that's how URL ended up on Caffeine before KOTD on Twitch?
Yeah, I think, streaming, definitely. I think this is, this is the direction it was heading. And like I said, we had been working on making this happen for a very long time. But, I guess Drake had the opportunity and presented to them. I felt like URL during that time was doing tons of events. And whereas we did like 4 that year, maybe 5. Mm-hmm. So it was a little slower for us just because we had behind the scenes stuff that we had to fix up. And as we started getting the ball rolling again, they had that opportunity. And I think that's great for them. It opened up doors for us as well. It grows, it helps the culture, I think, in the end.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So even shouts to Drake for that whole move. It's a good look.
Mm-hmm. We've had multiple battlers that were involved in the GP on this show during the GP, and your name continuously came up. People saying, shout out to Gully. Gully helped this. Gully reached out to me. So it seems like you reached out to a lot of these guys to talk to them, to get them in whatever division they were going to be in. Who are some of the guys that you tried to reach out to, or that you know of some of the other staff tried to reach out to that you guys couldn't get, that you really would have liked involved in this tournament?
Well, I think obviously A-Ward was somebody that, especially me, like that was my biggest, like as soon as I found out we were doing this, it was like right away, like, yo, we got to hit A-Wards first. Let's hit him up. But, he wasn't a fan of the whole judge battles thing. And, I guess he wasn't feeling. Big K was another name too that we had nice. Pretty much, he was locked in, but then it couldn't, the dates, like it's a lot of dates, it's a lot of commitment to lock into. You pretty much got to have an open schedule ready to go kind of whenever these dates happen. You can't miss a battle, right?
Yeah.
So like Jim's was another name too that I had locked in for,
that would have been fun.
A few days, but then his schedule, he's just like, man, I can't right now. And so the Chilla is another name too that I obviously wish we could have had in this, but you'll be seeing these guys, you'll be seeing them soon.
Yeah, have a lot of people been trying to throw their hat in the mix for 2021 after this one has been such a great success? Yeah,
it's been wild, man. It's almost tough because it's like there's so many people you want to put on at once, but you only have space for a certain amount. But this year we do plan on pushing a lot more talent, but it's just everybody wants on now. Everybody's, why is this guy on and I'm not? Like, it's one of them things. But we're trying to get everybody up there as quick as possible. But yeah, the amount of people hitting us up now, it's wild. It's crazy.
Do you think part of that's COVID though? Because this is the most prolific, best product right at the moment?
Well, it's a lot of people hit us up before too. Like it was always, I was doing GZ events and whatnot, but I feel also, they see the platform, they see that thousands of people are watching them if they battle. And it just looks cooler on Twitch. I find like, it's just, so everybody's trying to get on. Obviously the cash prize is a motivation to want to get into something like this as well, because we are offering such a big prize.
On the flip side of that, who were some of the guys that you were surprised that jumped in? I mean, I was surprised with Real Deal for damn sure. Yep. Disaster was another surprise to me. The 50K, like you said, that's motivation, but I just, Diz, at least his public persona is, he's like, I'm not wasting my time unless it's, a big name battle type thing. He feels like he deserves more. At least that's the appearance he puts out. I don't know the fucking person, obviously, like him as a person, right? But that was a surprising one to me. So were any of them surprising to you?
Yeah, I would say those two names, especially Real Deal, because even me, when Gannick had told me that he's locking in Real Deal for this, right away it was like, well, he's our champ. Like, should we put him in this? But he apparently really wanted in it. Like I didn't. Organic locked him in. It wasn't me, but Gannick was saying that he's hungry for it. He loves the competition. He wants to enter it. So it was like, why not? Whatever. Our champ wants to do something with us to stay active. Like, let's do it. So I was surprised by him. Obviously Diz too, because Diz is like, he's very picky on who he wants to battle. He usually has like a list of like, I want to take this guy and this guy. I want to get him the fuck out of here. Like one of them, So Yeah, I was surprised on him getting in there, and some new names too. I had never spoke to like Jay Murder before, so hitting him up but right away it was all love, and he was super excited to get into it, and he was just waiting for the time to get on with us.
Yeah,
so someone like that.
There was a nice mix, nice diversity. The old heads like the Marvs and the Dizzes, the Thesauruses, all that stuff, and then you had the Saints, and I mean, Clone made a name for himself. Family Man Hayes reinvented himself. It just so much happened in this, and then the way it played out, Marv won versus the Young Buck. Could that have played out any better?
Yeah, no, I love that. The whole it's a vet kind of versus the I guess a newer guy. It's like a Gannick versus Gully matchup. It's one of them types of
I love those.
I was just gonna throw a little bit in because on the tournament thing, right? When you have a tournament, and usually the younger guys come in and they serve as a stepping stone for the veterans to meet at the end.
Yeah.
And every once in a while somebody fires out the way Saint did.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a normal scenario, right? When you look at the roster in the beginning, you expect the real deal, the disaster, the Marv One, the Sharon, all of them guys to be in the end, right? You did not I don't know, no matter how much you liked Saint, you could not see him at the end, in the beginning, at the end.
Yeah, with those monsters. With those monsters in the lineup.
So that's the good thing about the tournament. So because he really wanted it, he came through, you know what I mean, and he shined.
Yeah, and that's what I love too, man. The whole mix of it and seeing certain names like obviously him winning it is he's 24 years old and he just won 50K off battle rap.
No shit.
That's wild, man. I've never won 50K. That would be nice. That's crazy. He's only 24, and it's to see other names like Times kind of come out of nowhere.
I'm not 24 anymore either.
Times showed out for sure. The entire.
Oh man, that's my dog, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad he did what he did.
He praised you. He had nice things to say about you when we had him on. Like I said, many of the people did. What were some of your favorite moments from the Grand Prix, Jared, for the battles, whether it be, the frac graph or different haymakers or rounds or overall battles?
That was incredible. The graphs or the graph stuff that Frac did was incredible. But at the same time, it was also a nightmare for us because, oh my God, that was our first week to set things off of this new Grand Prix, right? So everybody's new to us being on the stream and Twitch and this whole tournament. And then boom, the first event we throw, that happens. And oh my God, it was 48 hours of just the whole world pissed off at us. It was oh my gosh, fuck King of the Dot, fuck you guys. I'm done. You rigged this shit. And it's what? I'm even at home sitting there whoa.
Yeah, you guys rigged it so we could get Sharon versus Disaster. That was the fucking first rumor that popped off.
Oh, yeah. This is all favored to Diz. This is why I don't rock with King of the Dot. It was oh my god.
Organic's afraid of Disaster. I saw that one a lot too.
I know, and I'll say this. I've said it before. I didn't agree with every judge's decision, but a lot of times I did, but it's tough with judge battles because when they're close battles, it's very neck and neck. You don't, if somebody loses 2-1 in a close battle and people thought that other guy won, it's you got to be ready.
What do you think about Diz and Frac?
Yeah, because you've got to watch it again, you lucky fuck. I can't stand people like you and Troy Daniels and all you guys. You get that access to keep watching them. Fucks.
It's coming soon. It is coming soon. We just yesterday we got it. It's coming soon. Yes, we're I can't really say much about it, but it's on its way. The footage, everybody will be able to watch it. But yeah, I don't know, man, because at first when I watched the battle, I was just as shocked as everybody. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. But I rewatched the battle. It's different, man. It's a lot of these battles are like that. There were some battles I thought, okay, right decision was made. This guy won. We watch it back and it's nah, man, this guy actually smoked him if you watch it back. But it's just, I guess, the live moment. You're in the moment of, watching it. It just, maybe that, persuades your mind. I have no idea. But there's a few that even me, myself, went back and watched and was yeah, this guy should have won or this,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing too. I mean, even being at so many KOTD events as a fan and, live in the building, you think one person got it. And as you rewatch that shit on YouTube, in past years, your mind can start to change. Or even if you still agree with what you thought in the first place, it's not a body like you first thought it was. There's a big difference from being in the building and watching on at home.
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, live, I feel it's more so the energy that you're there. If you can perform and captivate the room, it's it's to your advantage. But then when the footage drops, if you're more of like a lyrical rapper, or your writing's a bit more like, difficult to take in while it's live, those people usually come out on camera a lot better than the performers.
Yep.
So it is tricky, man. It's
building downtown, building downtown, building downtown.